Olivia, it's already 9 p.m. Why are you still not at home? What's going on?
Sorry, I'll be stopping at my folks' house tonight, sweetie.
Again? You've been sleeping away from the house an awful lot lately.
Sure, I might not have been home much, but it's not like I'm up to anything crazy. It's just my folks' house, babe. Jeez. What's the problem with that? I already promised them I'd rustle them up something for breakfast for tomorrow, so I can hardly go canceling on them now. Imagine how upset they'd be. My folks have done so much for me. It's about time I repaid the favor, you know?
I guess it's important to show your mom and dad you appreciate them every now and again.
Right? Why don't you ever go see your folks, Harry?
They'd only treat me like I was in the way if I did.
I'm sure they wouldn't complain if you gave them a hand with the housework.
Forget my mom and dad's place. I have enough on my plate keeping on top of the housework at our house. Olivia, you went out without washing the dishes after last night's dinner, didn't you?
Oopsie. Did I? My bad, sweetie. I was planning on doing them, but it totally slipped my mind. Teehee! I'm so silly sometimes.
I do housework myself too, and it's not like I'm some Stone Age knuckle dragger who thinks only women should do housework, so not angry or anything. But haven't you been slacking off a little too much lately? I don't ask you to do much, but it feels like you haven't been helping out at all.
Really? I did vacuum the corner of the living room the other day. Plus, I even did the laundry yesterday.
You vacuumed the other day. That was 2 months ago. And if you did the laundry yesterday, how come your clothes are scattered all over the floor in the living room? You haven't been walking Spike at all either. His kennel and dog bowl are filthy. I feel like I'm doing literally everything by myself here.
That's hardly my fault. That dog always did like you more than me.
What does that have to do with anything? He was your dog in the first place. Don't get me wrong, I love animals, so it's not like I'm complaining. But I do wish you'd give him a little more attention instead of leaving everything to me.
Stop being so horrible. It's so not fair how I had him for 2 years before we even met, but the moment you walk into our lives, you suddenly become his favorite person in the whole world, and I never get a look in. I didn't think dogs played favorites. I feel betrayed.
He's not stupid. He probably noticed you barely pay him any attention anymore. So, it's not hard to believe he wouldn't be that enthusiastic about you, given how you are with him now. You act like he doesn't exist.
No, it's more likely 'cause you're a guy like him. I knew I should have bought a cat instead. I bet a cat wouldn't suddenly switch sides on me like this.
I think it's best you don't buy any more pets, Olivia. It's not fair on the animal if you're gonna get bored after 5 minutes and stop paying attention to him.
Ugh, there's no need to talk to me like that. I'd look after Spike if he started being nice to me.
I don't think that's how having a pet works.
Oopsie, it's almost bath time. My mom will get mad with me if I stop her using the tub for too long.
Alright, got it. Send your mom and dad my regards. Tell them I'm sorry I haven't shown my face around there in a while.
It's fine, sweetie. My folks are super grateful for you. They're always praising you for being such a nice guy.
I'm pleased to hear that. Oh yeah, that reminds me. How about you and me both head over to your folks' place on my next day off? I was thinking it'd be nice if we took them out for dinner or something.
Don't be silly, sweetie. We don't have to do that. Besides, I already have a dinner date planned with one of my girlfriends.
I see. Alright. Well, I guess I'll make plans with my buddies myself then.
You do that, sweetie. It's your day off. Go ahead and enjoy it however you like. Alright, I'll be home tomorrow. See ya.
Got it. Now be careful on the way home. Good night. Olivia, there's something I need to talk to you about. What time will you be getting home tonight?
Oopsie. Sorry, sweetie. I'll be stopping at my folks' place again tonight.
No, Olivia. And not this time. This is important. I want you to come home.
Huh? Harry, it takes over an hour to get home from my mom and dad's house. You cannot be serious right now.
I'm dead serious.
Can't we do it over message instead?
I need to talk to you in person. Unless there's something I want to show you.
Show me? Like what?
No, like I just said. You know what? Forget it. Let's do this. Right here. Right now.
Why not just do that from the get-go? Ugh.
You're having an affair, aren't you?
Excuse me?
Been acting strange for months now. You stay over at your folks' place more than you do here with me. Been neglecting your housework duties too.
Look, sweetie, about the housework, I'm sorry. Really, I am. It's just that I enjoy spending time with my folks. We're really close. Surely that's not a crime. I'm a stay-at-home housewife for crying out loud. I'd barely leave the house at all if not for being able to go see my mom and dad. So sometimes I need a refresher. So what? Is that so wrong?
Remember that fishing trip I went on with my buddy last month when I had those 3 days off in a row?
Yes.
We caught so many fish that we needed to load some off, so we ended up stopping by your folks' place on the way back, because I thought your mom could use them for her cooking. Pretty close by, so I figured it would be a win-win for everyone.
No way.
Yes way. Guess what? They told me I should stop by with you sometime. Because, and I quote, Olivia hasn't shown her face around here in months. We really miss her.
Oh, well, you see, actually, sweetie, the thing is I lied about staying over at my folks' place. I was actually staying with my friend all along.
You dude?
No, she's a girl. It's my friend Haley.
Drop the act. I already looked into it all. I'm saying all this right now because I have proof.
Proof?
Yeah, proof of you and your lover going out on romantic day trips. Proof of you constantly hanging around at his house. Proof of... You know what? Let's not even go there. The bottom line, Olivia, is that I know. So how about you drop the excuses and be straight with me for a change? I want a divorce.
No. Wait a second. Divorce? Are you serious?
Serious as it gets. I can't carry on living with someone who cheated on me. I'm not saying this out of some hasty emotional reaction. This is what I decided on after finding out about the affair. I'm thinking long and hard about what I want out of life and what I'm willing to tolerate.
I see.
Got it.
But just remember, you're the one who's initiating the divorce, Harry, not me. I hope you don't end up regretting it.
Don't worry, I definitely won't. As for the divorce proceedings, everything will be done through my lawyer.
Does that include compensation?
Yep.
Fine, I'll be in touch with my lawyer too then.
Do as you please.
Listen, sweetie, I'm sorry. I would have never guessed in a million years I'd end up catching feelings for anyone other than you. But to be totally honest, I can't lie about how I feel.
Save it. I ain't interested.
Well, just remember one thing. You're the one who caused this by forcing me to be a stay-at-home housewife.
Excuse me?
Think about it. I had nothing but free time on my hands. It was seriously boring.
What the hell are you talking about? You're the one who said you wanted to focus on the household after we got married. I didn't force you to do jack.
But you were always better at housework than me. I didn't see any point in me being around when you had everything on lockdown.
What the heck? I was doing that to help. You know what? Forget it. It's all meaningless. Because we're done.
Let's be adults about this, shall we? Divorce isn't about who was in the wrong. But I think you'd be better off not going out of your day to do everything by yourself if you ever get married again. 'Cause you'll give your partner the wrong idea just like you did me.
What are we gonna do about Spike? Probably best I take him, right?
Obviously, I don't want a dog who hates me. Keep the furry little asshole. I'll be heading over to the house to pack up my stuff soon. I'll hand over the key to my lawyer when I'm done.
I'm done handing in the divorce papers.
Got it. Thanks for everything, sweetie. Now hurry up and forget me as soon as possible so you can get to work on building your new life and finding happiness again.
I don't need you to tell me that.
Oh, by the way, When will you be paying me my $350,000 in compensation?
Huh? What are you talking about? We already got done with the compensation stuff. Already got everything I wanted out of you, and I got no intention of paying a cent of it back.
Huh? I didn't pay you anything? What do you mean you got what you wanted out of me?
No, what do you mean? You're not making any sense, woman. I got the compensation from the affair from the distribution of assets. Our lawyers squared it all up for us. This is already done and dusted. And please, 350K? Are you pulling figures out of your ass, or you just lost your mind?
That's how much compensation you owe me.
Me? Owe you compensation? How do you figure that one out? On what planet could I possibly owe you compensation after you cheated on me?
What?
Listen, Olivia. The one who cheats pays the compensation. That's how divorces work.
You mean the money got taken from my assets?
Yeah, exactly. So this is over.
But how am I supposed to get by now? I needed that money. You divorced me when I was a stay-at-home wife for crying out loud. I didn't make a single cent the whole time we were together. Surely that means you owe me compensation.
Olivia, seriously, what are you actually talking about here? I genuinely have no idea what you're getting at. I have no obligation to pay you a single cent in compensation.
So how am I supposed to live now? I don't have a job.
So get one and start making money. It ain't my problem. Or if the idea of working is so unconscionable, get a lover boy to feed, house, and clothe you.
What?
No, it should be me who's surprised. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I think this might have been what my lawyer was talking about the other day. Hang on a sec. Let me send you a message. Mr. Stiles, your ex-wife keeps sending me these odd messages asking when she'll be receiving her compensation from you.
Well, duh. Of course I asked him. And when I did, he told me I was the one who'd be paying.
Right. Which you then agreed to and signed the divorce agreement, did you not?
Sure, I might have signed it, but I didn't understand what I was agreeing to. Surely you didn't actually expect me to read all that crap. It was like 3 pages long. I couldn't be doing with the hassle, and besides, even if I did have any objections, your lawyer's such a pig-headed jerk. He wouldn't have listened if I said anything anyway. But I'm entitled to compensation, aren't I? Because it was you who wanted this divorce in the first place.
I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall here. Hold on a sec. Can we just be clear that you understand that you're the one who pays me compensation in this situation?
I did hear that you have to pay compensation when you get a divorce, but I had no idea they'd subtract it from my assets without my permission.
That's only because you weren't listening when everything was explained. Believe me, it was explained several times, in fact. So, did you mishear our lawyers or something? Is that why you thought you'd be the one getting compensation?
No, I thought the one who kicked off the divorce was the one who paid. If you didn't, I'd end up broken homeless in a heartbeat. How can that be legal? I heard that when my aunt got divorced, she was something like 350,000 in compensation from her husband. So I figured that's what I deserve too.
There are so many holes in what you're saying, I don't even know where to start. Everything finally makes sense now, though. So this is why you've been so cocky and arrogant since the divorce. You thought you'd be coming into a lump sum, didn't you? You really did make the mother of all misunderstandings.
What? Misunderstanding? What are you talking about?
I can't be bothered to explain. I doubt you'd understand. Anyway, why not try getting Loverboy to tell you? I filed for compensation against him, too. Something tells me he probably understands his situation a lot more than you do yours. So, he could probably teach you a thing or two about the gravity of the mess you're in.
Wait, Harry, you can't not pay me any compensation. That's fraud. I'll have you arrested. You will pay me what's mine. You're not getting away with this. Harry, what time will you be coming home?
Huh?
I'm waiting for you outside the house. I handed the keys back, so I can't get inside anymore.
Yeah, obviously. What are you talking about? You do know we're divorced now.
I'm so sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
I was in the wrong. I'm sorry I let that jerk deceive me.
Excuse me? Hold on a sec. Did Loverboy dump you?
No, I dumped him.
I see.
I had no choice. He told me we couldn't be together anymore. Not only that, but he called me an idiot. How could he do that after telling me he loved me more than anything? Isn't that horrible?
Wait, doesn't that mean he dumped you? Nah, forget it. Oh yeah, do you understand why the whole compensation thing went down the way it did? You do get that you won't be getting any compensation from me, don't you? Has the penny dropped?
Yes, Jeff explained everything. That's when he called me an idiot, then we started fighting, and before I knew it, well, you know what happened.
I see.
Harry, I really am sorry. I've been thinking about you all day, about how lovely, kind, and caring you are. When I realized how special you really were to me, I just couldn't contain myself anymore. I just had to come back to the house, our house, the place where we made so many amazing memories together.
You're a pain in the ass. Go home.
Ugh, how could you say that? I want to meet you in person and apologize properly.
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my life.
Well, I want to see you again. I want to see you and I want us to talk.
That's funny, you told me to speak to you over message when I desperately wanted to talk to you in person, remember?
I'm sorry, I really am sorry, Harry. Like, super sorry.
Alright, so you won't have any more affairs?
Never again, I swear. I'll be the most loyal wife there ever was. I'll serve your every need and desire. So please, can't we give things one more shot? Things were going well between us, weren't they? We didn't have any major fights and we were happy, weren't we?
Sure, until you cheated on me.
But like I said, I won't do that again, not ever. I swear on my life I'll never do anything to betray you ever again.
Do you really think I can trust anything you say now? You tried blaming me for the affair, for Christ's sake. Not only that, but you actually had the gall to think I was going to be the one paying you compensation when you were the one who betrayed me. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. That was the most moronic thing I'd ever heard in my life. I was grateful from the bottom of my heart that I had the good sense to break things off with you when you came at me with that crap.
Please, baby. Like I said, that was all a misunderstanding. I thought my situation was the same as my aunt's. That's all. But it turns out she divorced after being married for 40 years when her husband retired and there was no affair involved.
Did you really think I wasn't going to see through the fact we're only having this conversation now because Loverboy jacked you in? You have no money, nowhere to go. I'm losing brain cells just by talking to you. This discussion is over. I don't want anything else to do with you for as long as I live. I mean it.
In that case, I want Spike back. I'm the one who bought him. He was mine before we met. He's part of my assets and he belongs to me.
You're the one who said you didn't want him. You obviously have no interest in looking after him.
Bingo, you're damn right. I have no intention of caring for the little shit.
What?
If you're so opposed to the idea of making me take custody of him, then I suggest you pay up. I'll settle for $7,000. So how about you pay me what's mine and we call it a good for day? If you don't pay up, I'll have you back in court.
Just when I thought you couldn't sink any lower. You really are scum. I ain't paying you jack. You signed the divorce agreement that declared me as Spike's legal owner.
What? It said that?
I can't believe you're using my dog to threaten me because things didn't work out with the guy you threw away our marriage for. Really are the most despicable excuse of a human being I've ever had the misfortune of existing on the same planet with. Every word you utter only strengthens my resolve that I made the best decision of my life when I divorced you.
No, Harry, please, just hold on a second. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it one bit. I don't know what came over me. I just saw red.
Too little too late.
I'm waiting for you, sweetie. I'll always be waiting for you. I'll wait outside our house for months if that's what it takes. Please, I'm begging you. Won't you just hear me out? 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all I ask for.
You're free to wait out there for as long as you like. I don't live there anymore. But if you're gonna hang around, just make sure you don't inconvenience any of the neighbors.
What? You moved house?
Yep.
To where? I seriously don't have anywhere to go.
Not my problem. We're divorced. You're on your own now. Go wherever you want.
I can't do this, Harry. I can't live on my own. Harry, won't you please help me? Please, please.
Why don't you find a job and look for someone who will let you camp out on their sofa? There are tons of ads for that sort of thing up online. You're bored of being a housewife anyway, right? Besides, me and you being together now would be meaningless. It's time for you to hurry up and forget me so you can get to work on building your new life and finding happiness again. After that, Olivia's situation plunged further into chaos, as she continued to be tossed around the pinball machine of life, from hotel to net cafe, and from net cafe to park bench. Eventually, being completely broke and without a hope in hell of finding anyone else to put her up, she went back to her parents' house, a flaccid, dejected mess. However, unfortunately for her, her mom and dad told her that they never wanted to see her again, and no sooner had she arrived than she was sent back on her way. Once more, back when I got in touch with her lover about the compensation, he told me all about how my ex-wife had shown up at his house causing a huge fuss, eventually leaving him no choice but to call 911, never taken away in the back of a cop car. Naturally, none of this is my problem. He deserved everything he got for having an affair with a married woman in the first place. But I do hope no other unfortunate souls have to put up with her crap from here on out. I hope she carries on clinging to her ex-lover desperately, and leaves the rest of us respectable folk alone. Something tells me neither of them will be experiencing anything resembling happiness anytime soon. As for me, I sold the house and moved into a fancy new apartment with my beloved dog Spike as soon as possible. And let me tell you, we're enjoying the heck out of our peaceful new life. They say every cloud is a silver lining, and for me, I'm super grateful that I was able to meet Spike. Now, I'm the biggest dog lover there is. It's thanks to him that I was able to hold out back when I first started thinking about divorce, and then finally when I bit the bullet and did what I had to do. I know he's just a dog. This might sound crazy, but he really was there for me throughout the whole thing. I can barely imagine what kind of emotional wreck I might have been coming out of the other end of it all if I'd have been totally on my own. Who knows? Maybe I wouldn't even have the courage to divorce Olivia in the first place. It might be nice if I could meet someone else someday, but after what I just went through, I sure as heck ain't in no rush. For the time being, I'm just gonna focus on taking it easy and looking after my Spike. Attaboy.